I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams.
Ready? 30 base.
6, right there, 56. Go, go, go.
We draw Corker.
Throwing on first down. Gruber under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Gruber. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So first and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, exit. Hey, watch out. Check right 54.
Looking to throw on second down. Gruber into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A loss of 2 there. Second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
56-61, matchbox, light.
To throw on second down. Gruber. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Sam off. Come get it.
Looking to throw. Gruber eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On first down, Donnelly. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And really, they're pretty fortunate right now to only be down 3-0 following 2 turnovers. They've got it now 1st and 10. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Steve Griffin.
Operating from the gun. Gruber is complete. He finds Falk here. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Hey, Steve 6.
Back to throw. Gruber. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd down now, Donnelly. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for L.A. 56 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60. Orange. Watch the curve. Show it up. Ready, go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
He's crashing.
Looking to throw. Gruber. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Back to throw. Gruber. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Gruber, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. That would give left side to Falk. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Down. Ken Lobo.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hatchet, hatchet.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 5. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
The one with the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Gruber. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, box truck. Go. Get it.
To throw again. Gruber. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Charlie. Get ready.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. 35 yards that time on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down LA.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Let's go. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Jim,
Dog.
check. Hey, watch it.
Set, go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready.
They go with Chubb on second down, and he stopped immediately there.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a third down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
Let's go now. 60 out raw. Get off the field.
Alert 3.
Alpha. Let him.
Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm coming after you.
49, check 49.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Bravo. Hey, go.
Off the play fake. Gruber. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
To throw on third down. Gruber. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
At their own 11-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown LA. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Running right, here's Falk. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Gruber trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Gruber. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And an update from a game going on up in Santa Clara. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Throwing to start the drive. Gruber. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Now, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gruber. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 14.
On the ready.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right there. 54, right there, right there.
Leo!
I got him.
Check!
Ready?
From the gun, Gruber. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly, and he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants.
Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. Operating from the gun. Gruber to the goal line, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they... And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hurry, now.
On 1st and 10, Gruber. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Next to score, Rams 30, Falcons 27.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Flag 6.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll run on 1st down. Donnelly. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 9.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some